Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby. I'm here with Gamer. In the last episode, we ended up catching the last of the whole Reggie thing. If I remember correctly, that was the episode where we got completely trolled. The reason why I say if I can remember is because I was planning on doing this video on Friday, but apparently I changed my in-game time or something. I'm not entirely sure what was up. I don't really remember. I might have missed something or something, but it's been figured out. It's doable now. If you do mess with your in-game time, it kind of affects some of the legendary encounters, so I recommend not doing it unless it's something that you know that yeah. Anyways, I would probably save whenever you walk up to this point, and as you can see, our team does contain the 3 Reggies, and it also carries a Spiritomb. There are a few reasons for this, okay? Obviously, you need the Castelliacon as well as the 3 Reggies in your party in order to make Regigigas appear. So Regigigas is going to appear at level 50. It also only has 2 attacking moves in the form of Revenge and Zen Headbutt. For anyone who knows the types of these moves, you'll probably understand why we have Spiritomb on our party this time. Its other moves are Foresight and Wide Guard, as I'm sure you just saw Foresight. So Spiritomb is completely immune to Regigigas. There is, however, one downside to this, and honestly, I wanted to use a different Pokemon, but I'm not entirely sure how I feel about trading over other Pokemon in order to do things. And the other Pokemon that is in question here, if you're playing Alpha Sapphire, would be Sableye. You would want to have Sableye, because Sableye also has the same typing as Spiritomb, and my phone does not want to, fight. Well, okay, it wants to fight with me with its cord because I'm using it to get some of my information here, because that way I don't have to click things on my computer and then lag everything out. I'll end up running over my cord or something with my chair, and then it'll be like, okay, now we have to get another charger. But you'll also notice, I don't think we've already done it. I think you'll notice here shortly that you'll see that I give myself an O-Power in the middle of a battle. The reason, it's going to literally be the same name. And the reason for this is because my Alpha Sapphire happens to be sitting right here. I mean, I could easily turn up the song. You can kind of hear that. Yeah, it's still on. It's sitting over here in the middle of one of the contest halls because that's the last thing I actually did on it. Whenever I last played on it, I've been more preoccupied playing Omega Ruby for you guys and doing Reaper runs on Elsword to kind of do much of anything else. I'm extremely far behind on an anime that I want to watch, by the way. But yeah, so because we really had to struggle with Registeel, and I really didn't want to deal with that again, so I decided that I was going to use the O-Power that I have on my Alpha Sapphire in order to simplify catching things a little bit more. Believe it or not, the O-Powers don't really do too much. I'm sure that you've already noticed. I don't know if the thing's already gone across the screen or not. But yeah, it's not going to really make that much of a difference. So, I mean, it's there to, it makes a difference, but it doesn't make a huge difference. So, yeah. You're probably also wondering why I haven't switched in the Spiritomb yet. The reason for this is because I don't want to waste a turn and then have it, go to use a move and then pressure, taking away some of its PP. This is the reason why I mentioned that I would much rather use Sableye instead. The reason why I can't is because you cannot catch Sableye in Omega Ruby. You can only find it within Alpha Sapphire. Unless you trade for it, of course. So, have fun with that. At least Spiritomb is something you can get in both games, so that's cool. But there is the fact that it's now going to run out of PP a lot faster, meaning it'll eventually start to do the whole struggle thing. So no one wants it in struggle range. No one ever wants a legendary in struggle range, especially when it's in the red. So yeah, it does also happen to have access to Hypnosis, as well as status afflictions that Sableye does not get things like Thunder Wave. It gets Toxic, it gets Will-O-Wisp, it gets all kinds of just stupid status ailments, Swagger even. Confuse Ray if you just don't want it to, get an extra attack boost and potentially hit itself. I really wouldn't want that thing snapping out of Confusion, by the way, being at like +6 and sweeping my entire team. I really wouldn't want that. So obviously, and it comes into preference really. I mean, I guess I could have given myself, Sableye. I have a level 41 with Stall instead of Prankster, so congratulations to me on that. But yeah, we do get Regigigas pretty early, probably because of the you know, O power. But either way, it's there to simplify things. Technically, we have our own O power. We did actually get that. I don't remember which episode we got it in, but we do actually have the capture O power, so it's not really much different. The only difference is the one that I have on my Alpha Sapphire is level 3, while the one on this game is level 1 because we have never used it. And we really didn't have a reason to. We don't catch Pokemon in Let's Plays unless we, need them for our team. And that's usually early on in the Let's Play, or mid-Let's Play, or late if you're using a legendary, like, us with Groudon. So, and even then, I mean, whatever. It's just there to kind of make things easier for you. So, I'm sure you've already noticed that we caught Regigigas fairly quick. Believe it or not, I had no idea what I was going to go for next. I actually have not prepared for what I'm going to go for after I do each capture. So, instinctively, I kind of just went in this direction. And I tried doing this in a prior recording. And, yeah, so I kind of found myself struggling there a bit. Apparently Metagross does not have full happiness right now, and you're going to need full happiness. There are also specific times that you can find each of these Pokemon, by the way. This is going to be another trio. This trio is going to be Regigigas Mesprit and Azelf. Now, to get this entire spot to appear at all, you are going to need 3 Pokemon that have max happiness on your team. Meaning there's a full 255. They have to be max happiness. So I think that because we're going to be using the Spirit Team again because all of them have Future Sight and Extra Sensory as their attacking moves. So again, immune to all of their attacks. But again, that thing with pressure is real as well. I suppose that if you wanted to, you could carry another Pokemon. Like right now, this would be a perfect example of using Sableye instead, because we can just use Roserade to paralyze. We kind of did that with Regice. Obviously, I could have done Sableye still. It's just that, part of me is still iffy about doing it. So, you need 3 Pokemon with max happiness to even get this Mirage spot to appear. Once you actually get here, there are 3 Pokemon that you can find. Again, this is being Regigigas Mesprit and Azelf. Now, it's not random or anything like that. There are specific times that you have to come here in order to get each one to appear. And the strategy here is actually just to go for Waterfall. Apparently, it goes into the red damage calculators, say that it does a little over half. That's nowhere near a little over half. I calculated in the Adamant Nature and the 252 attack IVs. How is this anywhere near half? I don't understand. I even calculated the levels, by the way, before anyone tries to bring that out. So I'm assuming either like every single Mesprit that we've ran into has completely shit, like defense IVs, or the calculator's wrong. So, just saying. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm sure people are wondering what times these things appear. If we're going based off of your DS's clock, and I'm losing my voice real quick, excuse me. If you're going based off of your DS's clock, you can get Mesprit anywhere between 0400 and 1959. My throat's just killing me right now. But like I said, 0400 or 1959, which is 4 a.m. to 7:59 p.m. You can get Uxie at 2000 hours. You can get or it's anywhere between 2000 hours and 2100 hours. So that would be 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. At least I hate military time because sometimes I have everything asked backwards. So just kind of adding both times there. And then Azelf lastly can be found at 2100 hours to 3 hours 59 minutes. So obviously 9 p.m. to 3:59 a.m. So if you want to find those specifically, then you obviously need to do specific times. Now, again, you could easily just go, hey guys, I'm going to change my endgame clock, but then guess what? You're going to have to wait a full 24 hours just before you can actually do that legendary. So I honestly recommend that you don't do it. There's a part of me that wants to kind of record much later tonight in order to do Azelf and Mesprit, because Azelf's really late at night, and then there's the fact that Mesprit, or not Mesprit, but what am I thinking? I'm thinking Uxie and Azelf, because Yuxi and Azel for much later tonight, or not much later, like 5 or so hours. So I'm thinking of doing that later and just recording tomorrow's episode tonight, and it'll probably only be the 2 legendaries. After that, we're probably going to go after the Musketeers. Probably, don't quote me on that, of course. Another thing that I think we really need to do is we're going to probably need to backtrack to the scorched slab, and we're probably going to have to go all the way back to Seamawville, because I don't remember if we ever got the scanner. And you need the scanner in order to make one of 2 legendaries appear. And I'll just spoil this for you now. It is either Lugia or Ho-Oh, and as I remember informing everyone, because I told everyone, because you know there's a legendary spot at the bottom under, like, if you dive for, I think it's Alpha Sapphire, you find Lugia there, and then there's one on the upper deck that has a spot where Ho-Oh will appear. So we're gonna have to backtrack to get a few things. The whole thing with Heatran and the Scorched Lab, the Scorched Slab, and then we have to go back to Seamawville to make sure that we did the scanner thing, and that way we can work on either, I think it's Ho-Oh for us. We get a certain bell from Captain Stern for doing the thing, and then we can catch things. So it's pretty cool. But anyways, I don't think we really have enough time for another legendary encounter, and on top of that, obviously, we can't do anything else here for a little while. So be sure to stay tuned for the next episode. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.